moms, happy Friday. It's your girl Sharita, the Behavior and Literacy Strategist, coming at you from the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute, where you can find solutions for your child's behavior and literacy challenges. Let me talk to y'all real quick. I have another tip regarding building a second classroom. Remember, I told y'all that I was going to be talking to you about building a second classroom in your house for your kids, okay? So we can close that gap. Now, if your child is behind academically, if they're missing assignments, if their grades are low, if they're not reading on grade level, or you just want your child to get a boost, or you want your child to be a better student, you want your child to be on honor roll, then we're going to close the gap from home, okay? So we talked about building a second classroom. Now, one big tip I got to tell you, and this is important, it's got to be set in place so that anything else you're trying to achieve for your child is trying to achieve, you're expecting your child to achieve, right, can work. If this is not in place, your child will not grow, okay? And it's probably one of the most difficult parts about improving your child's behavior and literacy from home. And that is getting your child to sit down and focus and work for an extended period of time, okay? Now, I'm saying this because in school, there's a lot of kids in the classroom. In school, they may not be required to sit and work by themselves. They may get help very easily. A lot of our kids are used to and accustomed to sitting down and halfway taking notes and not taking notes at all. And then when it's time to do the assignment, just waiting for the teacher to come and help them or putting it off until later. Man, we have to teach our children self-discipline, okay? Plus, they have their devices. When they're supposed to be in school, they're supposed to be doing their work. They're on their phones looking at YouTube, okay? So we got to shut that down, and we have to build up our children's muscle when it comes to working. Make them sit and work hard for an hour straight. Now, I know that seems like a lot, but I'm telling you, it is possible. It's not only possible, but it's likely. It's not only likely, it's definite. When you put the right plan in place and you believe that this is going to work. So all you moms out there that's like, I don't think my child can, because my child can't even focus for 5 minutes. Kick that thought right out of your head, okay? get your mind right, all right, so that we can move forward and you can understand that this is very possible. Now, for my students, sitting down, like if they have a 2-hour class with me, they get a break in between, and boy, they be needing that break, because they have to, the whole entire time, they are writing, they are reading aloud, they are answering questions out loud, they are thinking, they are figuring things out, they're either talking aloud and answering questions with me right there, or I mute my mic, and I turn my camera off, and I select a group leader, and the group leader leads the discussion, and they all have to think. And I've taught all of them how to do that, okay? So when I say they are working for the entire hour, they are working for the entire hour. And at the end, I play with them all the time. I'm like, I don't want to give y'all no break, because we got it rocking and rolling right here. You sure y'all need a break? They be like, yes, we need a break, okay? Because I do work them. Man, the amount of growth that happens when a child is expected to stay on, stay focused, continue to work, have to think for a period of time, and they know they can't get up, they know they can't use the bathroom, they know they can't go and get a snack, they know they can't put their heads down, they know, always moving, pistol always moving, okay? The amount of growth that happens is amazing, but this is what needs to happen. And you have to look at it like this. If I can get my child to sit and focus and work for the entire time for an hour at home, and I help them build up that muscle, when they get into school, now they're able to function independently, okay? Now, a couple of phrases that you don't want your child to be saying, and we replace those. They're not allowed, my students aren't allowed to say this, is I can't, I don't know, this is hard, I've never done this before, right? Because, and this is what I tell them every time, don't say that. When you say that, you shut your brain off. When you say that, you shut your brain off. And what happens is, as soon as they say that word, they're giving up. Those are giving up phrases. Okay? It's like they're moving forward, and then something's a little challenging, or something they don't know, something they don't think they can figure out, and then they sit down by saying, I don't know this. This is hard. Okay? It's not like, get them back on it. So a lot of the work is making sure they stay on task, making sure they get back on it. Okay? Make sure they keep doing it. And then you would be amazed at the growth that happens. Today, one of my students, who basically he learned to read in a program. He was in 5th grade. He did not know how to read at all. And he was actually reading on a kindergarten grade level, but struggling. And I've been on him. I've been on him not just when he was in my class, but I was texting him, and I was making him write and making him spell and making him read, making him work at home. And then he read aloud today, and I was so proud of him. I just started like celebrating and yelling. I was so excited. He was so happy too, because these are words that he never would have been able to read before. And he said himself, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And I said, you know what though? You didn't quit. You stayed on it, right? And you kept going, and you got it. He didn't need any coaching. So now, when we're reading aloud in class, we're reading stories aloud, we're reading articles aloud. Now he went from not being able to read and needing a lot of coaching for every sentence to now he's just reading the sentences on his own. That is amazing. But that would not have happened if he hadn't learned that he had to sit his butt down and look at it, work on it every day, and not move. So make sure that your child is sitting down and working. What should they be working on? We'll talk about that more because I got more tips. But make sure it's a mixture of them sitting down, working independently. Make sure they have to present. And when I mean by present, I mean read aloud, spell aloud, solve a math problem aloud, okay? Write and then read their writing aloud. That's presenting. They can't sit down, write it, and hand it to you. That's passive learning. We want them actively learning, because when they are actively learning, they're growing. If they're passively learning, they're just doing work. Okay? So make sure you got a mixture of independent work. Make sure there's a mixture of them actively learning with your coaching. Okay? Make sure they are editing their own work. But whatever needs to happen during that hour, they are sitting their butts down and they're working nonstop. They're not taking breaks. No breaks. Let me tell you, no breaks. Okay? Even in school, they get a break every 5 minutes because things may be overwhelming for them. They've been hearing that language, so they expect to have a break at 5. I have 4 and 5-year-olds in my class that they sit for the hour. Okay? This is crucial. I'm telling y'all, this is crucial. This is a game changer for your child. If they have focus issues, if they have spelling issues or reading issues or math issues, or they have avoid doing their work, or they act out or cause a scene to get away from doing their work, this is crucial. You master this part, they're going to continue to grow in all the other areas, and not only in the classroom, but in life. We got this, y'all. I love y'all. I'll be back, okay? So I'll let y'all know about a free tutoring session. I'm giving a free tutoring session away for moms who subscribe to my email list, okay? So I'm going to post that link. And if you want your child to come in for a free tutoring session, you want me to be not only teaching them a literacy, but also looking for holes in their literacy foundation and assessing and letting you know what needs to be done so your child can be very good at reading, writing, and spelling, and reading comprehension, please go ahead and click on that link and schedule a free tutoring session for your child. And then after that, if you would like your child to be my student, become one of my students, we can tell you how that process works as well. All right? All right. I love y'all so much. I'll be back with another tip. Let's stay on our kids. The holidays is coming up. It's good to have a plan for when they go back to school so they can take it to the next level. All right? All right? Very good. So, believe in yourself. Believe in your child, honey. And always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.